Okay, let's get started. Well, for today, we are going to be talking about how the way you can learn pronunciation effectively. Miss Arina, I'm going to be the first, yeah?
Go ahead, sir.
Um, Wait a minute. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, the last, yeah? So I won't approve other audience because it's already one, because it already been waiting for 10 minutes and so I won't approve other audience. Okay, let's start from pronunciation. So, what is pronunciation? Basically, pronunciation is the way in which a word or a language is spoken. This may refer to generally agreed upon sequence of sounds used in speaking a given word or language in a specific dialect. Correct pronunciation, or simply the way a particular individual speaks a word or a language. So, guys, have you learned about pronunciation before? Ada yang pernah belajar pronunciation? Or
Yes, I have.
Yes, you can.
belum pernah sama sekali?
I haven't yet.
Hmm? Sorry? Haven't yet. So, Miss Alina, what do you
Yes,
think about the way we learn pronunciation? So I
the
have
way, yeah.
yep. So I have some lists to improve our pronunciation, but I think the time is not enough to talk about all of the methods, of course. So maybe we
Yeah,
are going to be talking about some methods to learn about pronunciation.
some methods to learn about pronunciation. First, be yourself.
Okay.
Do not try an accent. That's for me, yeah.
Hmm?
Don't try to imitate an accent, for example. Don't try to sound like a British or sound like an American. Just be yourself and do the right thing. How do you know that you're doing the right thing? Well, you learn to listen, number one. Point number one, yes, you learn to listen. Listen from the movie, from the music, from the song, from any English speaking thing that you can found. It's going to help. Okay? And after listen, of course, you have to read. For me, reading is still important for pronunciation. Why? Because by knowing uh, how words is written, you will develop some kind of instinct, ya. A kind of instinct yang, oh, kalau ini didengarnya seperti ini, maka tulisannya kurang lebih begini gitu. Nah, and then practice speaking English with anyone available around you. If no one is available at all, practice with yourself in the mirror. That will help. Okay? And also, point number 10 is quite interesting, not boring, and help also. Practice with tongue twisters. So you browse online about tongue twisters and practice saying every word in the tongue twister without getting your tongue twisted, tanpa lidahnya jadi apa, stuck, nggak bisa ngomong gitu ya. So that's very important. Tapi yang point number one that I said earlier, yourself, do not try to imitate any accent, is very important for me, yeah. If you do like some people do like British accent because British accent make them sound more clever or like a genius. Yes, I do think so too. But don't try to be that. If you like it and you want to speak with a British accent, okay, that's fine. But don't push yourself too hard to do that because you're not a British, okay, or American or whatever accent that you think that's cool, okay. And there is no other word representing practicing pronunciation other than practice and practice and practice. I think that's Mr. D. That's that.
Okay,
What it?
so
Yep.
be yourself is the most important thing in the learning process.
Yeah.
That's the point, yeah.
It's the point because if you're not being yourself, poinnya nanti akan buyar. Is the point to speak with that certain accent, or the point is having a good pronunciation? The point is to have a good pronunciation. So you practice that every single day, every single time, as often as you can. Baru if you have a good pronunciation, practice accent, that's okay.
Yep.
Gitu. Jadi jangan sampai terkecoh. Poinnya apa? You want to learn pronunciation or you want to speak with a certain accent. That's that for me ya.
So
Jadi, gitu.
you have to be fluent first, and if you speak English fluently, and then you can learn accents, whether it is British or American accents, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Um, did you guys ever like practice with the tongue twister before? Do you know about what is tongue twister? Ada yang tahu di sini?
Ada yang tahu tongue twister?
Tongue twister.
Ikat lidah.
Actually, it's kids ya. Buat kids ini sebenarnya kalau di English speaking country ini buat kids. Karena kalau kids kan masih susah ya buat ngomong. So salah satu caranya itu lessonnya itu tongue twister. So have you practiced about tongue twister before? Ada yang pernah practice?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the
Yes, I
example.
have.
So I'm going to give you
I
the
am.
example about one of the tongue twister. And I think it's not that hard. I'm going to send on your WhatsApp group, yeah?
Yep.
Someone write something on the screen, please don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, I have sent it on your WhatsApp group, guys. So, maybe kita coba ya. Coba gimana sih cara practice the tongue
Yep.
twister?
Because
So I'm going to choose one person here.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Yep. I'm going to choose one person here. Kim. Okay, Kim. Udah dapat tongue twisternya di WhatsApp group?
Not, I don't see in the WhatsApp group.
On WhatsApp group. Masuk WhatsApp group kan?
Yes,
Yeah.
I see. Sir.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
can you please try to read this
Sudah ada, Kak.
as fast
Okay.
as possible? As fast as possible.
I can try to read it.
Okay, sure.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, when the pack of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked.
Okay, nice try. Thanks. What about you? Anis Vira. Hello, Anis Vira. Anis Vira, can you hear my voice? Gak usah takut ya guys. Gak usah takut salah, gak usah takut ada yang judge your English. Nobody will judge your English here.
Yep. We're just going to have some fun while learning.
That's right. Anis Vira? No respond. Andika? Andika Bagus Saputra.
Ya Kak.
Yup. Can you please try to read?
Okay. Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. A pick of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers, where's the pick of peppers Peter Piper picked? Sorry Kak.
Okay. Thanks. So basically, for every single lesson in tongue twister, it will improve one sound in English. In this case, for this practice, you are going to improve the sound p. So, dalam bahasa Inggris kan ada yang namanya phonetic symbols ya. Mungkin ada yang pernah belajar phonetic symbol. I'm going to share the screen. Apa sih phonetic symbols? What is phonetic symbols?
I don't know, sir.
So, on the screen, kelihatan nggak?
Nggak terlalu jelas, sir.
It's not that clear ya?
Yep.
Oke, tapi intinya adalah simbol-simbol yang memiliki bunyi dalam bahasa Inggris. That's phonetic symbols. Ada consonant sama ada vowels. Kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia mungkin lebih ke apa ya? Konsonan ya namanya ya dalam bahasa Indonesia ya. Consonant sama huruf vokal.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Vokal.
Huruf vokal. So,
Correct.
kalau dalam bahasa Inggris namanya consonant sama vowels. Ada voiceless banyak kalau misalkan dibahas. It takes 2 weeks, I guess, to learn about phonetic symbols. So the time won't be enough for us. But basically, di bahasa Inggris, kalau kita bisa phonetic symbol, kalau kita tahu phonetic symbols, is the basic of pronunciation. Okay, I'm going to try to read the Peter Piper here. Bukan Peter Piper, guys, tapi Peter Piper. Karena dia tujuannya melatih bunyi p. P. Okay, you guys can repeat after me. P. Gak usah di unmute ya. Sendiri aja. You don't need to unmute. P. It sounds weird, right? Agak aneh kalau kita belajar ini. Karena di bahasa Indonesia nggak ada. Definitely, there is no such thing in our language. So, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where's the pack of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? P. Bukan pickled, tapi pickled. Pickled. P. Pick. So, itu tujuan dari tongue twister. Jadi ngelatih bunyi-bunyi dalam bahasa Inggris ya guys. That's for tongue twister. And it's one of the way to improve your English ya, Miss Arina. Miss Arina, can you hear my voice?
I'm sorry. It was muted. Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, that's the way how to improve your pronunciation. And also, Mr. D, in Indonesian language, di bahasa Indonesia, vokal atau vowel itu kan ada 5 ya.
Yep.
A, I, U, E, O.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Ditambah satu lagi yaitu E. That's right?
Yep. Actually, I don't really know about our language.
Yeah, well,
I
What
don't
at
really know.
least what we learn and
We were learning about it when we were
at school.
children ya.
Yeah.
Kita masih kecil kita
And
belajar.
also, what my point is, let's say in Indonesian language you have 6 vowel, including the yeah.
That's right.
Tapi in English we have
Many.
a lot of vowel, yeah, a lot of vowels.
There are many
It could
vowels.
be I, it could be many things.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, more than 6. Can you guys imagine? So, phonetic alphabet, phonetic phonology is very important in pronunciation when you're learning English language pronunciation, because ketika kalian what do I want to say, menguasai phonology, then you guys menguasai pronunciation. It's in your hand.
That's right.
Is that right, Mr. D? Yeah. So itu juga worth
Yep.
to try, worth to learn.
Yep.
Phonology.
Dan yang dipakai sama Sasha, siapa tuh Sasha?
Sasha, the Canadian, Sasha Stevenson.
The Canadian one. Yang YouTuber itu kalau dia koreksi pronunciation-nya artis itu dia pakai phonetic symbols karena nggak ada referensi yang lebih baik ya.
Yeah,
Pronunciation.
exactly.
Symbols, ya.
Yep. The basic is there.
Yep. Gimana kita stress the word, the syllables, semuanya ada di phonetic symbols. Oke.
Itu if you're not familiar with phonetic symbols, guys, kalau kalian buka kamus, di sebelahnya atau di bawahnya kata yang kalian sedang cari artinya itu, kan ada tulisan aneh, like tulisan alien, that's phonetic alphabet.
Yep.
Itu adalah a clue on how you read a word in English.
Yep. And
Gimana
mostly
cara bacanya?
Mostly in
Sorry?
school, we didn't learn about it, right?
At school?
What I remember,
Yeah,
I
we-
didn't learn about it in school.
Yeah, I think we've never learned about it. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Except maybe if it is like international curriculum, if the
Yeah.
school use like Cambridge curriculum, they
Yeah.
might learn about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So now I want to talk about the point 7 here. Exaggerate certain sounds. Kalau tadi teman-teman dengar pas saya lagi coba tongue twister, I try to exaggerate the word ya guys. Karena kalau kita lagi belajar, we have to exaggerate the words. Kalau kita
Yeah.
lagi belajar, biar what should I say? Our mouth, our lips, our tongue get used to with the voice ya. Get used to with the voice.
Yeah,
So we have to exaggerate certain sounds in English. Like for example, p before I say Peter Piper, beneran pakai power, biar mulut kita terbiasa ya. Biar mulut kita terbiasa, lidah kita terbiasa. Karena kalau bahasa Inggris itu kita beneran pakai semuanya ya, Miss Arina ya. We are going to use our tongue, we are going to use our lips, dan kita bakal monyong. Dan kita bakal monyong kalau lagi ngomong bahasa Inggris. To pronounce some words, we have to do this kind of thing. Yang nggak ada cara lain. Mungkin kita bakal ngeluarin lidah kita, like when we are going to pronounce that, truth, we are going to use our tongue. Dan ya mulut kita harus, bibir kita harus digerakin ya. Nggak bisa sebiasa bahasa Indonesia mungkin ya. What do you think, Miss Arina? Unmute dulu, Miss.
nggak bisa pardon me, sir?
Nggak bisa sebiasa bahasa Indonesia ya?
It's bouncing. Yeah,
Nggak bisa
sure,
sebiasa
nggak bisa
bahasa
dong.
Indonesia. We are going to use our
Yeah.
tongue, our lips.
But
Beneran dipakai ya, jadi semuanya tuh.
everything, yeah. Except maybe you don't use your throat as much as like if you're learning Arabic, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
It's still easier.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Tapi once you are used to English language and the pronunciation, once you used to pronounce any English word sentences in English, you will feel that English is maybe much more easier than Indonesian sometimes even.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you get used to it, of course. But if you
Isn't that
don't get
true,
used to it,
Mr.
it's
B?
going to
Yeah.
be, what should I say, awkward. Kaku ya. Kalau kita ngomong bahasa Inggris, because nggak
Yeah,
kebiasaan,
that's
don't get
the
used to it.
point of practicing, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So you have to like practice every day. Nggak bisa depend sama kelas ya. That's right. In our
Sure.
class, the students should learn every day. Doesn't matter. Mereka harus
Yeah, of course.
mau ngeluangin waktu ya. Mau ngeluangin waktu. Because if you want to speak English fluently, you have to manage your schedule, even though you are workers, of course.
Yes. And belajarnya juga nggak bisa kayak like little children theoretically cuman supaya
Yep.
lulus ujian atau nilainya bagus, nggak bisa.
Yep.
Pronunciation and is speaking skills.
Yep. The result is
Yeah.
not about your score, right? The result is about your fluency, of course.
Of course.
Baru
And it's
abis
all about
fluent,
yourself.
abis-
If you want to be more fluent, yeah, you have to practice more. Gitu
Yep,
loh. It's
that's
all
right.
about you. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Okay. Next, write down what you hear. Actually, it's kind of rare for me to do this kind of thing. I wrote something when I hear, because I do love writing. Yeah, I do love writing in English since I'm a IELTS teacher. So I get used to like check essay every single day, and I do love to write. So honestly, I never do this kind of thing since I do love to write. So for me, I think spelling is not really a problem, honestly. Jadi saya belajar gimana cara spell words-nya itu bukan dari listening, mungkin lebih ke reading karena saya suka reading. What do you think about this thing, this point, Miss Arina? Karena kalau kita bisa
Write
ngomong, kita
down
nggak
what
bisa
you-
spelling juga bermasalah kan ya, nggak sih?
Yeah, but well, if you just want to be able to speak in English, then spelling wouldn't be a problem.
Yep.
Tapi, like I said earlier, it will build your instinct.
Yep.
Yeah, like when you hear the word like bang, okay, where's the bang? If you ask someone, misalnya you go to London, for example, where's the bang? You say, where's the bang? And they will ask you, I didn't hear any bang. Mereka pikir bang suara tembakan. Kalau bahasa Indonesia door, ya. Gitu. Padahal kalian mau tanya banknya itu di mana, saya mau buka account, rekening gitu. Nah, so it matters the spelling karena you will have to be able to say bank with the k
Yep, bank.
at the end of the word. Yeah, bank. Where's the
Yeah,
bank?
bank.
Oh, okay. It's just go straight and turn left. They will say to you that way.
Yep.
But kalau kalian tanya where's the bank, saya nggak dengar kata mereka gitu. Jadi kan similar ya, bank dengan bank. Nah, dengan begitu kalian nanti akan able to determine, oh ini tuh tulisannya B-A-N-G atau B-A-N-K gitu. Karena ada huruf K di belakangnya. Nah, kembali lagi kan huruf itu related with phonology, dengan berhubungan dengan bagaimana pengucapannya atau kedengarannya, pembunyian huruf tersebut. So spelling connected for me, maybe kelihatannya not as important but connected.
Yep.
With pronunciation. That's what I think.
And the common problem when we try to make a conversation with native English speaker is going to be about pronunciation, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mostly they are going to be like confused about the point we
Yeah.
are going to say, of course.
Yeah.
Karena pronounce-nya mungkin salah kayak tadi bank.
Ya, bank
Yes,
dengan
bank.
bank
Okay.
gitu. And ya, tapi juga jangan menjadikan pronunciation kalian yang belum perfect
Yep.
jadi boundary atau barrier atau hambatan
Yep.
untuk keberanian berbicara to foreigner atau English speaking person. Karena yang penting berani dulu. Itu kan. Penting juga tuh, yang penting berani dulu. Bahasa Inggrisnya nggak tahu ini dan itu, kita bisa pergunakan sign language. Like this. Makan, minum, ya kan? They will know. Whether you like it or not, they will understand.
Yep.
That you're talking about eat and drink. And then
Yep.
after that, just sempurnakanlah pronunciation. Very important.
Okay, make it perfect. Well,
Yeah.
and the condition, the circumstance today is not the same like in the past. What I mean by that is, kalau orang zaman dulu kan susah buat denger native English speaker, right?
Yes.
They didn't even have like online class, ya nggak sih?
They didn't even have internet back
Internet.
then.
Kalau sekarang sebenarnya nggak ada excuse ya.
Yes.
You can easily listen to native English speaker by
Anytime
watching
that you want.
videos. Yep, bener.
Yeah. You always have YouTube around, right?
Yep. Dan sebenarnya kalau pronunciation, if you have the basic pronunciation, misalkan udah belajar basic pronunciation, kalau mau self study bisa sih sebenarnya. To make it perfect ya.
Yeah.
To make it perfect, if you have basic. Kalau tanpa basic, honestly, it's going to be hard. Honestly,
Yeah, sure.
it's going to be harder. Okay.
It's always good, yeah, to have someone to be asked around and to discuss the phonology,
Yep.
phonetic alphabet. Yeah.
And also stressing, yeah. Stressing, in my opinion, stressing is one of the most important part in pronunciation. Karena kalau kita ngomong tanpa stressing, let's say, mungkin saya kasih contoh kalimat. Kemarin saya pergi ke pasar. Itu datar banget ya guys. You speak like a robot. Kemarin saya pergi ke pasar. Kan it's going to be like different ya. Sounds different. Dan kalau udah bahasa Inggris, stressing itu juga bisa ngerubah meaning guys. Stressing bisa ngerubah meaning. For example, you want to say, she's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. Meaningnya juga bisa berbeda dengan stressing itu ya. So stressing is the most important part in pronunciation. Oke, kita bakal ngomongin stressing di slide berikutnya. Okay, I'm going to talk about 10 common mistakes in English ya. Kebanyakan orang salah kalau pronounce beberapa words ini, 10 words ini. Let's start from number 1 ya. Kebanyakan dari kita pronounce comfortable, ya nggak sih? Jadi kita bikin jadi 3 syllables. Comfortable. Is it correct?
Yes.
Kebanyakan.
Comfortable.
Yep. Dia cuma punya 1 syllable. Countable. It's not comfortable, but countable. I feel comfortable to stay here. Bukan comfortable. Dan itu bisa ngerubah meaning, guys. So, syllables and stressing, it's also important. Next, another example. Vegetable. Dibikin jadi 3 syllable. This word has exactly the same pronunciation pattern as countable. Jadi dia juga cuman 1 syllables. Oke. Okay.
Yes.
Vegetable, bukan vegetable. Bukan 3
Ya.
syllable, tapi 1 syllable.
Itu paling sering itu ya.
Yup, that's right.
Very often.
And the third one, kebanyakan kita baca pronounce-nya itu pakai apa sih? The sound ih ya. Manage. Padahal dia manage.
Mhm. Manage.
And yang number 4 ini common banget in my class, honestly, in my pronunciation class. Kebanyakan student bakal bilang ini develop. Is it correct?
Yeah,
Are you going to sound develop?
develop.
Padahal bukan develop, tapi develop. Dan syllables-nya itu ada 2, dan D-nya itu harus di stretching ya. So you're going to say develop, bukan develop, tapi develop. Jadi sering banget salah buat pronounce kata ini in pronunciation class. Others, kita punya enog. So, kalau dengar bahasa anak SD ngomong bahasa Inggris, mungkin mereka tahu cara nulisnya ya, Miss Arina ya.
Yeah,
Tapi mereka nggak bisa
exactly.
pronounce kayak, mungkin mereka nggak akan pronounce book. Mereka
Yeah,
bakal
because
pronounce
anak
book
SD
ya.
mostly learn theoretically, grammarnya dan sebagainya ya. Jarang ada platform untuk mereka practice speaking ya.
Yep. Dan pronunciation bukan bahasa Inggris sih, bahasa Indonesia pun mungkin mereka masih salah-salah ya. Tapi
Including us.
yep, jangan sampai kita yang udah dewasa ini sama kayak anak SD pronunciation.
Yeah, that's it.
So, the final sound of the word is F ya. Jadi enough. Bukan
Yeah.
enough. Bukan atau O. Tapi F. Okay.
NG-nya jangan dibaca.
That's right.
Yeah.
And another word, though. Dan ini lidahnya harus keluar, guys. So, saya nggak mau ngeluarin lidah, nggak bisa. You have to use your tongue. Though. Bukan dog.
Though.
So, important information for you guys. GH in English won't be sound. Kalau ada GH dalam bahasa Inggris itu nggak dibaca ya. Dia
Yeah.
di drop. Jadinya go.
Silent.
Although. Bukan although. Okay. Next, the vowel sound like at the dentist, it's not O sound. The final sound of word is F. Jadinya love. Love, bukan log. Love. I'm laughing. Love. Dan mungkin ini agak susah ya, poin nomor 8, karena TH-nya itu ada di belakang. Kalau TH ada di depan, mungkin it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier, but in the end of the word, sometimes awkward, kagok mungkin ya. Truth. Jadi lidahnya dikeluarin. Pas TH ya. Truth.
Yep.
Bukan truth. Okay. Dan dalam bahasa Inggris, kalau kita lihat point number 9 ini, there are many words which have the same sound, ya nggak sih? Dalam bahasa Inggris ada beberapa kata yang spellingnya beda tapi suaranya sama ya. How do I pronounce the word? Exactly the same. Kayak whole sama whole itu pronunciation sama, tapi meaningnya beda. So, gimana caranya tahu kalau dia bakal bilang whole atau whole dari konteksnya? So, kita nggak menerjemahkan bahasa Inggris dari word by word. One of the biggest mistake for non-native English speaker, they are trying to translate English into their language word by word. Jadi meaningnya acak-acak kan ya nggak sih?
Yeah,
Karena
sure.
dia translate word by word. Bahasa Inggris nggak bisa ditranslate word by word, guys.
By sentence, guys.
Yep. By context, by sentence, right?
Yeah.
And the last, can't agak panjang ya. Agak panjang, can't. Dan kalau kita bilang sesuatu yang memang negatif dalam bahasa Inggris kita harus stressing ya, Miss Arina. What do you
Ya,
think? I don't.
jadi
I can't.
kayak use your logic ya.
Yep.
When you forbid someone to do something,
Yep.
for example, anak kecil ya, ketika kamu ditanya, Mom, can I have some candies, please? Yeah, sure. They will say datar aja flat. Tapi kalau misalkan dia mau main listrik gitu, Mom, can I play with this cable? No, kan pasti kamu akan tekan kan? That's use your logic. So negative words, ya stressing very important juga sih.
Yep.
Karena ya use your logic, sekali lagi kalau kamu larang orang, kebanyakan kalimatnya akan kamu tekan no.
Yep.
No, ya nggak mungkin no. Kan gak enak juga didengarnya gitu ya.
Yep. And in some cases it can change the meaning ya, in some cases.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Maunya apa sih? Jadi boleh nggak sih Mom gitu kan? Ya,
Atau
kurang lebih like that.
Sounds like robot ya kalau nggak pakai.
Ya, kayak di Google Translate.
Dan I think the another common problems why we cannot speak English fluently because we translate bahasa into English. Ya nggak sih?
Yes.
Misalnya? We're trying to translate bahasa into English and it takes long time, guys. Jadi kalau lagi practice sama native English speaker, you're trying to practice with native English speaker and you're trying to speak and you are trying to translate from bahasa into English, it takes a long time. Native-nya udah pergi jauh, udah 1 kilometer, kita baru dapat 1 kalimat.
Ya nggak sih, sir?
Yeah, that's right. Dan banyak fillersnya juga ya. Banyak fillersnya juga kayak
Yeah, and also ya itu namanya mengindonesiai English.
Yep, that's right.
Which will never nggak akan ketemu gitu because not every Indonesian word kamu bisa translate ke English. Dan translating English ke Indonesia is easier than translating Indonesian to English.
Yep,
for
that's
me.
Right. That's right. So I've been teaching for years and I've found, many cases about how the way my students speak and how the way my students write something. Kayak misalkan di saat mereka nulis esai, mereka translate jadi bahasa Inggris tapi rasanya bahasa Indonesia ya. Bahasa Inggris rasanya bahasa Indonesia dan kalau bukan orang Indonesia nggak akan ngerti poin yang dimaksud dari orang itu tuh apa gitu. Even in speaking sama aja kok kalau misalkan translate jadinya confusing honestly. So I have to think in bahasa if I try to figure it out about the point when they are trying to speak kalau mereka translate dari bahasa ke Inggris. Dan it takes sometimes guys, butuh proses buat ngerubah kebiasaan ini. Tapi kalau dibiasakan ya itu tadi, you're going to have many fillers and it's going to be hard for you to be fluent in English, of course. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, next. Practice pronunciation. Kita tadi udah ngomongin practice ya. Kita ngomongin practice-nya gimana? What do you think, Miss Arina? How do we have to practice our English every day? Even though we don't even have partners ya, kita nggak ada tetangga orang Inggris.
You don't always need to have a partner.
Yep.
Yeah, you need to have yourself.
Yeah,
that's the first thing.
And dan diri kita itu teman terbaik buat practice ya.
Yeah, sure, because we can express ourselves as honest as possible or as lie as possible, as fake as possible. Jadi itu terserah kita what we try to be.
Dan I found these cases in some place course di conversation class ya.
Ya.
Di conversation class biasanya teachersnya ngasih vocabularies after itu di students dikasih satu particular topic and they have to practice with their partners. Dan menurut saya somehow kenapa kemudian ini nggak begitu efektif ya Miss Arina? Karena
Ya.
kita dengernya bukan perfect English, what do you think?
Ya,
Jadi kita ngikutin suara yang salah, kita ngikutin banyak kesalahan ya.
ya, ya, exactly. Jadi kita follow an individual ya, bukan patokan atau silabus yang seharusnya gitu.
Yep.
Jadi ikutinnya a person, an individual. Ya kalau individualnya making a lot of mistakes, ya you will make a lot of mistakes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Except your partner has higher level of English ya. Kayak temen-temen speakingnya itu udah mungkin kalau di Cambridge level dia itu udah C1. Even it's going to be hard for us to find C1 in this country. Sedikit banget yang levelnya sampai C1 atau C2 ya. Kalau dulu kan kita cuma punya 3 level ya. Kalau masih inget tuh kita ada beginner, intermediate, sama apa? Advance ya. Kalau
advance, yes.
Tapi sebenarnya sekarang kalau kita pakai kurikulum Cambridge ada 6 level ya. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. Dan kebanyakan, honestly ya guys, kebanyakan yang di bawah A1 itu banyak, so jangan malu. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. You cannot speak English.
Yeah, it's not your language.
Yeah, it's
so
not your
itu
language.
masuk akal ya.
And I don't blame your teacher actually. I don't blame your teacher. It's not your teacher's fault, but education system in our country actually. Kalau di kita kan kebanyakan dikasih buku ya.
Yeah.
You'll be given a book, English book, and you are going to read. You are going to memorize some vocabularies. You are going to learn about grammar. You are going to be confused. Simple tense.
You're going to make a lot of mistakes.
Yep. Simple present. Udah gitu present confused.
Ya.
Dan kebanyakan juga tenses nggak dipakai walaupun kita belajar 16 tenses. When are you going to use 16 tenses, guys? Paling juga kita pakai past, present, future, that's it. So that's why.
Tapi kalau pronunciation will be used every.
Sorry? I lost your voice.
Yeah.
Kalau pronunciation.
Okay.
Kalau pronunciation.
No, I was just saying kalau pronunciation. You said that you're not going to be using tenses, especially all the 16 tenses every week.
Yep.
But I said pronunciation will be used every time you speak.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So
pronunciation,
ilmunya maybe much needed than grammar. Of course, it will be much better. Yeah, it will be much better if you have a very good grammatical English. Tapi kalau pronunciation, saya pikir lebih for speaking ya, lebih penting dibandingkan dengan grammar, I think.
That's right.
Yep.
Lebih penting
ya kayak gini aja deh, misalnya kamu mau ngomong, kamu suka nggak gitu? Do you like it? Kan itu grammar yang perfectnya gitu. Tapi kan kita bisa juga kalau ngomong sehari-hari, you like it without do. You like it? Cuman nadanya aja, nada tanya, mereka udah tahu, oh kita nih lagi ditanya gitu. So grammar is not as important. It is important, tapi kalau dibandingkan dengan pronunciation, for me pronunciation is much more important for speaking. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
And in your experience, Miss Arina, when you were living in English country ya, pernah tinggal di Australia, gimana di sana? What do you think about native English speaker? Sehari-hari full
Grammar?
Sehari-hari
full English. Tapi as I said before, grammar is maybe we are better than in if we're speaking about grammar ya. Tapi kalau pronunciation ya kembali lagi, Australia has its own accent. Jadi kadang-kadang kok gitu sih cara ngomongnya kayak kita gitu ya. Kan kita belajar nggak gitu cara ngomongnya. Tapi ya itu mereka punya accent sendiri. Kayaknya point number one yang saya bilang, be yourself, don't try to imitate any accent. Karena accent itu seperti orang Indonesia, orang Jawa ngomong bahasa Indonesia misalnya, kan ada logat Jawanya, atau orang Medan atau orang mana ada logatnya tersendiri. Nah kalau kita ngomongin, misalnya gitu try to imitate orang Medan gitu. Oh saya mau beli apel misalnya.
Apel.
Loh, itu kan apel gitu, bukan apel kan gitu ya. Kok beda sih sama yang saya pelajari? Nah, itu yang saya bilang, don't try to imitate any accent. Kalau kalian pronunciation-nya udah oke, nanti akan ada terbentuk accent sendiri biasanya. Kalau orang yang tidak punya accent atau tidak tinggal di English speaking country, maka accent-nya namanya ya international accent lah gitu.
Yep.
Saya sebut seperti Mr. D ini dari tadi ya. You can pay attention to how the way he said R. Jadi karena banyak ngomong bahasa Inggris, akhirnya dia ngomong bahasa Indonesianya R-nya like bule ya, karena sering banget speaking in English daily. Ya,
I teach from Monday until Sunday ya.
so no wonder ya, no wonder.
And most of my class kan IELTS dan nggak bisa pakai bahasa Indonesia full English.
Iya.
Honestly,
gitu.
kalau sehari-hari kebanyakan ngomong bahasa Inggris atau bahasa Indonesia. Kayak kerja kita misalnya 8 jam ya. We must work for 8 hours and we have to speak 8 hours in English. Ya, dan itu bukan karena so English tapi karena ya that's my job.
Ya.
It's how the way I earn money ya nggak sih? Jadinya gimana ya? Udah.
Jadi pasti it's in your blood ya, it's in your bloodstream. Kayak kalau kayak minum vitamin ya udah keserap ya.
Karena udah tiap hari ya dan years, not months.
Speaking about experience, Mr. D, I actually have some a funny and embarrassing experience.
Yep.
I've told this story many times to anyone asking me about Australian experience. Saya mau beli dinner with my husband at that time, and then I asked the store owner. It was chicken if I'm not mistaken. How much is it? Ya, karena saya mau bayar kan.
Yep,
and then dia bilang $8. Hah? What? Saya sudah tanya 3 times ya. I will look very stupid ya kalau saya tanya lagi gitu kan. Akhirnya no worries lah, saya kasih uang $20 gitu kan. Dia kembalikan. Sorry, it's not $8, it's $9. He said. Saya kasih $20 and then I got $11 as change ya. Oh, $9, 9. Dan dia bilangnya 9, kayak gitu loh. So dia punya accent tersendiri, Australian. $9. Coba, can you imagine kalau kita pergi, kalau kita pergi kemana-mana, misalnya to Los Angeles atau to Hollywood, and then we said, can I get $9 in cents, misalnya in pennies gitu. What do you say? Ya kan bakal gitu ya. Jadi jangan imitate accent gitu.
And in my experience, I think I have almost the same experience, tapi bukan di Australia, tapi di Singapura ya. Karena mereka pakai Singlish, which is very hard, guys. Apalagi kalau misalkan kayak, I'm so sorry I have to say, kayak mereka yang punya rumah makan atau pekerja toko ya. Your English is like, what should I say? Mungkin kalau misalkan pelajar atau pekerja yang di kantoran mungkin bahasa Inggrisnya better ya. Tapi yang di toko itu, I don't know whether they speak English or Mandarin. So I was having difficulty to pay a bottle of water, guys. Kebayang nggak sih? Saya biasa ngajar bahasa Inggris, tapi saya nggak bisa bayar. And I don't know about their apa sih uang itu, saya nggak ngerti kan ini tuh harus berapa gitu. Maksudnya word for what gitu.
Iya.
So karena dia pakai bahasa Mandarin, bahasa Inggris dicampur bahasa Mandarin, waktu itu saya kasih uangnya, udah gitu dia suruh milih sendiri.
Oke.
Because I was thirsty and I wanted to have some water dan pengen cepet, ya udah saya kasih aja uangnya, habis itu dia pilih, and that's enough kata dia. Oke, thank you. Udah gitu udah. That's my experience. Dan I have like friend and he is like American. Habis itu kadang saya suka ngobrol, hangout sama dia, minum kopi bareng, cerita-cerita sehari-hari gimana. Dan dia bilang kalau saya tuh kalau ngomong bahasa Inggris kayak di tempat kerja. Dan somehow he doesn't understand some of the words karena bahasa Inggrisnya British sama American is going to be different, guys. So I oftenly speak in British accent since I teach IELTS mostly. Udah gitu ya nggak sengaja mungkin ya vocabulary-nya udah kepake dan udah nggak bisa dikeluarin lagi. Udah terbiasa ngomongnya kayak gitu dan somehow kadang juga ada masalah understanding ya somehow. Tapi nggak sering sih, nggak begitu sering.
Kayak some words aja kan di in British dengan in American beda ya nggak sih, Mr. D?
Some of the words.
Like in British, some of the words. Misalnya kalau kita di sini kan kalau olahraga sering push up, ya. Kalau di some of the British bilangnya press up gitu. Jadi ya kayak di pintu tuh kadang ada tulisannya push, kadang press. It's depends on dari mana diserapnya, either it's English or American.
Yep. And accent is not really important actually. For me, accent is not really important. Karena yang penting kita ngomong bahasa Inggris lancar, we speak English fluently with proper pronunciation. Kalau saya lebih ke situ sih. Karena we don't need to just like Miss
and then you will
before.
Build your accent, ya.
Yep. We don't need to be Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Nggak perlu kayak gitu kan. Kalau kita ngomong, you're not supposed to be here. So, kayak apa tuh kemarin yang sempat viral, skinny fabs. So you guys, you don't need to be skinny fabs or someone else. Kita harus jadi diri sendiri ya, be yourself. You have to speak English comfortable, bukan comfortable. So that's apa ya? Yang paling penting ya, kita harus nyaman ya. Kita harus nyaman. Sesi pertanyaan nanti ya. Sesi pertanyaan di last section kayaknya kita bakal diskusiin tentang pronunciation. Sekarang kita mau masuk ke practice, guys. I'm so sorry, it's a bit noise in my place karena my neighbor's home is under constructions, lagi ngebangun rumah tangga sebelah, jadinya lumayan berisik. Oke. Mungkin ada yang bisa, kalau saya keras banget di sini. Mungkin nggak masuk ya. Bagus kalau nggak masuk. Suara orang ngelas gitu, guys. Oke, mungkin ada beberapa orang yang bisa bantu baca tulisan yang ada di layar. Aldea? Hello, Aldea. Hello. Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, can you please help me to read one paragraph on your screen? You can use your name, yeah? You can use your name, not Takeshi.
Okay. Hello, my name is Aldea. I'm taking American accent training. There's a lot to learn, but I hope to make it as enjoyable as possible. I should pick up on the American intonation pattern pretty easily. Although the only way to get it is to practice all of the time. I use the up and down or speaks and values intonation more than I used to. I've been paying attention to pitch too. It's like walking down a staircase. I've been talking to a lot of Americans lately, and they tell me that I'm easier to understand. Anyway, I could go on and on, but the important thing is to listen well and sounds good. Well, what do you think? Do I?
Okay. So what do you feel?
I'm nervous.
Nervous.
Yes.
Okay. And what are you going to feel when you hear the word English?
I feel like I can say.
Karena kebanyakan kita udah nolak duluan ya guys. Kita udah nolak dari awal. Oh, English. Oh, I cannot speak English fluently. I cannot pronounce the word properly, and I don't want to speak English. Jadi kita udah nolak duluan. Padahal ya kita nggak akan pernah bisa kalau kita nggak coba ya. Dan wajar kok kalau misalkan awkward, kaku ya. Kaku kalau pertama kali ngomong bahasa Inggris. Cuman lama-kelamaan it's a matter of time guys. As time goes by, when you get used to speak English, you're going to feel like confident to speak. Awal-awal emang agak awkward, tapi lama-lama enggak kok. Trust me.
Yep.
And typical, what should I say? Non-native English speaker kebanyakan nggak pakai word connection ya, Miss Arina. So guys, pernah nggak kita dengar orang bule ngomong abis itu cepet banget kedengerannya? Kita ngerasa itu cepet banget, padahal dia ngomong in normal speed. Dia nggak lagi nge-rap. Kalau Eminence kan ya wajar dia nge-rap jadinya cepet kan? Ya nggak sih?
Yeah.
He has to like sing a song very fast. Tapi kalau misalkan native English speaker in daily routines, mereka yang ngomong speednya emang kayak gitu ya, Miss Arina? Ya nggak sih? Cuma kita aja yang ingat itu cepat ya.
Betul banget. Ya, kelihatannya cepat. Soalnya kita biasanya kan masih dieja ya.
Yep, that's right. Kita masih ngomong word by word.
Ya, word by word. Ya.
Kita masih ngomong word by word, dan jadi kita ngomongnya, kita dengernya itu cepat, padahal itu normal ya. Itu normal. Cuman ya guys, ya enggak, tetap sih guys, kalau kita lagi belajar kita enggak harus advance. Enggak harus dari advance, of course kita harus mulai dari yang basic, dan kita enggak akan pernah sampai ke advance tanpa basic ya, Miss Arina. Jadi foundationnya harus kuat dulu.
Pasti, dan we're not going to be foundation, that's right. Dan kita nggak akan bisa jadi advance. We're not making any mistakes.
That's right. And for me,
You
mistakes
need to make a lot of mistakes.
And mistakes are good ya. Bukan mistake is like.
Yeah.
Karena kita kan taunya mistake is shame, malu ya nggak sih?
Iya.
Padahal
enggak. Itu ilmu ya.
Yep, learning process ya. Kalau kita nggak bikin mistake, kita nggak akan tahu kesalahan kita ya. Maksudnya nggak akan berkembang ya. We want to improve our English. Ya nggak sih?
Yeah, betul. And by thinking mistakes are shameful, itu aja udah shameful for me.
Yep.
Karena don't feel shameful ya about making mistakes, karena kan kembali lagi bukan bahasa kita gitu loh. Jadi wajar kan kalau salah.
Yap. Guys, kita nggak akan pernah bisa jadi native English speaker 100% ya, walaupun kita udah lancar ya. Kecuali memang kita orang Indonesia, we were born in Indonesia, but we grew up in UK, in Manchester.
Ya.
Habis itu kita di sana selama 20 tahun, ya kemungkinan bakal jadi native.
Kemungkinan bakal jadi native-nya.
Ya, mother language-nya. Ya, mother language-nya bakal English ya, tapi kalau kita itu ya mother language-nya bukan English. Jadi ya it's okay gitu.
No problem. As
Itu
long
sih.
as you pronounce it right.
Ya, kecuali memang kita bisa bahasa Inggris, habis itu di daily routines pas kita lagi ngomong sama temen, kita campurin Inggris sama bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah.
I don't really like it. Kecuali kita lagi belajar ya. Kayak
Yeah.
sekarang kita lagi belajar mix Indonesian and English, it's okay for me. But kalau kita lagi ngomong sama temen dan mendingan 100% English ya, enggak sih? Kalau enggak 100% bahasa.
It's better 100% English. Kalau dicampur nantinya jadi kayak Singapura.
Yap.
Mereka suka campur-campur ya.
Campur sari.
Campur sari jadi Singlish. Gitu.
Okay, guys. We were talking about word connection before ya. Word connection itu apa sih? So now we have a text on your screen. And I'm going to try to read this text. Hello, my name's D. Let's see. So I won't say my name is D, tapi my name's D. Kenapa? Karena ya harus kayak gitu ya, misalnya ya. We have to stress the word. My name's D. Kita bukan bilang my name is D. Kecuali kita anak SD yang baru belajar bahasa Inggris, my name is Jojo.
Ya, Jojo.
It's okay. Tapi kalau kita udah belajar ya, apalagi kita lagi job interview ya, kita nggak bisa bilang my name is Jojo. we should like impress our interviewer, of course. So we have to say like my name's D. I'm taking American accent training. There's a lot to learn, but I hope to make it as enjoyable as possible. Jadi nggak bilang I hope to make it as enjoyable as possible. I should pick up on, nggak gitu, but I should pick up on. Jadi pakai word connection, guys. Dan awal-awal bakal susah, tapi as time goes by ya, misalnya ya. We're going to get used to it.
Yeah, we're going to get used to it. And word connection for me yang nggak bisa dipaksakan juga sih. Yep. Tapi it will be built naturally kayaknya.
Yep, that's right.
Ya.
Yeah. Kalau kita udah terbiasa.
Ya, yeah. Kayak misalnya there's a lot to learn, kan gitu ya. Kalau kita ngomong there's a lot to learn, jadi a lot gitu kan.
Yep.
Ya, a lot to learn.
Karena udah pakai word connection, off pun bisa di drop ya.
Ya, nah jadi itu yang Mr. D said before, kelihatannya kayak ngomongnya ngebut, padahal ada bridge-nya, ada jembatannya.
Yeah, there is like bridge there,
yeah.
And I use it. Kalau nggak pakai nyebur ya. Kalau nggak lewat jembatan nyebur.
Yeah.
Oke, udah jam 2 nih, kayaknya udah waktunya kita jawab. Mungkin ada beberapa pertanyaan, ada yang udah raise hand. I haven't opened the chat actually. Thank you so much. Sorry, my bad connection. How do we break down into sounds? Ada pertanyaan, how do we break into sounds? Gimana cara kita break sounds ya? Tadi sebenarnya udah how do we break the sounds. Ini siapa sih yang nanya? Sorry. Wait. Sri Lestari, hello Sri Lestari. Can you hear my voice clearly? Sri Lestari, masih ada nggak?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Gimana caranya break the sounds? Actually, I gave examples before. Kayak tadi misalkan develop. Jadi ada 2 syllables di sana. Nah itu maksudnya break the sounds. Gitu. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris setiap kata itu punya syllables. Gimana cara kita pronounce-nya dan berapa syllables-nya. Ya tadi misalkan comparable, bukan comfortable, bukan 3 syllables, tapi 1 syllables ya. Itu cara break the sounds, break the words.
Like suku kata kalau di sini ya, Mr. D.
Kayak suku kata gitu, mirip-mirip. Itu mungkin jawabannya. Ada lagi guys, boleh raise hand. Tadi ada yang raise hand, cuman belum waktunya tanda tanya.
Julia something.
Yap, Julia. Hello Julia. Julia. Halo Julia, masih ada nggak? Pak Udalip. Biasa banget yang daftar ada hampir 90, tapi yang ikut 50, it's okay for me. Udah biasa ya, kayaknya nggak akan ikut semua gitu. Mungkin ada yang daftar, ada yang punya masalah koneksi, yang tinggalnya jauh.
Ya,
Dan
lupa.
don't worry guys, we are going to upload on YouTube ya.
Oh ya.
Jadi bisa ngulang nanti. Bisa ngulang buat dengerin. Gitu. Kalau ada pertanyaan, feel free to chat me or Miss Arina.
Ya.
Atau chat admin.
Admin.
24 hours.
Ya.
24 hours. Mungkin dijawabnya nggak akan cepat, mungkin lambat. Mungkin adminnya lagi ready, lagi standby, mungkin dibalasnya cepat. So, depends on the situation. Okay. Other questions, guys? Tadi break the words, kayaknya caranya gitu. Jadi dibagi syllablesnya berapa? Another question?
For the
Yeah.
one who just raised your hand, Miss Julia something.
Nggak ada, Miss. Ada nggak ya namanya Julia?
Julia Nur Cahyani.
Okay, Julia Nur Cahyani.
Yeah, you just raise your hand.
Hello, Julia. Can you hear my voice? Unmute dulu ya, unmute dulu guys. Jangan lupa unmute. Guys, saya pernah loh ngajar, abis itu lupa unmute. It's been 5 minutes. Miss Arina.
No, then what happened?
Saya udah ngomong 5 menit, tapi saya lupa.
Halo Miss,
Halo.
saya Julia.
Hai Julia.
Saya mau nanya Miss, gimana sih caranya kita buat pronunciation-nya baik? Soalnya kan kadang pronunciation kita itu kadang nggak ini ya, salah gitu. Takutnya malu ke orang lain gitu pas kita lagi ngucapin pronunciation kita.
Okay.
Shy cat.
No problem. Number one, malunya dicoret dulu.
Oke.
Number one.
Nggak usah pakai malu ya berarti ya?
Nggak usah pakai, nggak boleh.
Oke.
Oke. Number two, tadi banyak metode yang udah dijelaskan gimana caranya supaya pronunciation-nya right. Banyak baca, banyak tahu kata. Banyak tahu kata, banyak kita akan find out more about that word.
That's right.
That specific word and the rest of the words. And nanti kan kayak tadi metodenya, oh kata baru, catat. And then kita buka kamus, baca phonetic alphabetnya gimana caranya, stressnya di mana, ditekan di mana, atau di movie atau di iklan, di mana-mana you can hear, oh ini word yang saya nggak tahu nih waktu itu artinya apa. Oh gini cara ngomongnya gitu. Or from the internet, di YouTube. Nanti makin banyak tahu kata, makin akan improve pronunciation-nya. Karena kita akan cari tahu gimana caranya say that word gitu. But number one, malunya itu harus dicoret dulu. Right, Mr. D?
Yep, that's right. Dan nggak usah memorizing ya, guys.
Ya.
Nggak usah memorizing. You don't need to memorize like 10 words per day, 50 words per day. You don't need to force your brain. Karena walaupun memorize ya, Miss Arina, kita ingat hari ini, besok kita lupa.
Ya.
Dan
kecuali kalau sering dipakai ya.
Yep, that's right. Except, let's say you have found 3 new words and you have used it, and you remember about the meaning, you know how to use it, you know how to pronounce the word, it's okay. Tapi kalau misalkan 50 words per day, apa ya, boring ya kita belajar kayak gitu.
And frustrating.
Paksa kepala kita. Yep. Padahal kita waktu kita pertama lahir kan kita nggak dikasih buku ya, nggak disuruh memorizing kata. We were born in this world and then our parents gave book. This one is the book.
Yeah.
And they have to learn how to speak. Nggak ada ya, there is no such.
Gitu, ya.
So memorizing is not good. So you don't need to memorize the word. Tapi kalau tahu cara pronounce-nya itu wajib ya guys. How to pronounce. Caranya gimana ya, belajar?
Belajar.
Again, belajar, practice.
Ya, nggak ada lagi more important than that ya.
Nggak ada lagi. Dan mungkin for your information, it's better for you to learn from phrases or sentences instead of single word ya. Walaupun single word kita bakal improve or English kita, but I'd say slowly.
Ya.
Gitu. Lebih cepat kalau kita belajar phrases or sentence. Other questions?
sentence.
Yep. Other questions, guys? I'm waiting for your questions. Kita sampai jam berapa sekarang?
It's 20 past 2.
Yep. Kita masih ada sekitar 10 sampai 20 menit.
Mhm.
So, question.
Saya
Siapa?
Miss.
Yeah, sure. What's your name?
My name is Priis.
Oh,
Ya.
di sini. Yep. Oke.
Jadi tadi Miss Arina bilang ada perbedaan antara American and British pronunciation-nya atau action-nya.
Ya.
For example,
For example, what?
Sorry.
Sorry, I can hear your voice. I think you have internet connection problem.
Yep.
Boleh chat ya. Kalau nggak bisa ini boleh chat.
Boleh chat.
Kalau nggak jelas suaranya boleh chat. Other questions? Pertanyaan lainnya? Yang tadi boleh chat ya. Other questions?
Mr. I want to ask something.
Yep.
I want to
Is
ask.
it him?
Yep.
I want to
Yes.
ask. What is the difference of the British and American action?
What do you mean by different?
What is the difference? What is the difference of British and American action?
What should I say? The difference. Actually, there are many differences between American and British ya. Words-nya kadang beda, beberapa ya. Kayak sweet sama candy. And then the way you pronounce the word, of course. Dialect ya, accent. Like for example, when I say mother, 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 father, father. Kalau American dia R-nya itu kental banget. Father. My father is, for example, it's American. But British, they are going to sounds like my father.
Father.
It's one of, apa ya, yang paling jelas ya, Miss Arina ya? What do you think? Dan Australia itu
Ya, yang paling jelas
lebih
dari
ke
British
UK ya nggak sih?
belakangnya.
Lebih British ya? Ya nggak sih?
Exactly. Yeah, and they
Walaupun
are
dia
still
punya
under,
Australia
they
ya.
are, yeah,
Tapi
dia
lebih mirip-mirip
Commonwealth country kan, jadi
Yep.
still under British, ya.
ya, under British. Jadinya ya gitu. Mirip-mirip British
Yang paling
Australia.
jelas R-nya itu ya, Mr. D.
Yep, that's right.
R-nya. Kalau R di belakang, British don't read it.
Yep. Here.
Gitu.
Iya.
Here. Sure.
Yep. Jadinya sounds like weird. Kenapa ya weird? Kenapa aneh kira-kira? Karena mungkin we watch American movies a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time
Hollywood,
games
yeah.
American kebanyakan ya karena ya American is the most common English ya, the most common accent ya.
The most,
Accent
yeah,
yang paling terkenal ya American.
yeah,
Right.
because of the movies, that's
Yeah,
right.
movies,
Uh-huh,
of course.
of course.
Other, yep. And what?
And also by asking what's the difference between American and British accent, itu seperti tanya apa bedanya logat Jawa dengan logat Sunda, ya nggak
Ya,
sih?
benar.
Ya, sama-sama Indo, tapi they
Yep.
have different accent gitu.
Yep.
Even the
That-
British juga punya accent yang berbeda ya, Mr. D.
Yep, that's right.
Like the one from London and the one from Manchester, dia talk differently.
Yep. Manchester CE.
Iya, kalau kayak yang Manchester itu cara bacanya seperti kita ya, kayak A ya dibaca A gitu kan.
Yep.
Aha,
Manchester CE.
something like
Even
that.
like ada satu accents di UK ya yang for me is going to be the hardest accent. Scottish tuh kalau menurut saya ya paling susah mungkin ya. Even Newcastle accent, Manchester sama beberapa part of cities
Yep.
in UK. Tapi Scottish is the
UK.
hardest for me ya. Scottish is the hardest.
Ada the harder one, Mr. D. I
Hmm?
guess it would be Irish.
Ya, Irish itu
Yeah. Oh my
Scottish,
God. Yeah, closer.
closer ya, hampir
Yeah.
sama. Irish, Scottish
Yeah.
itu ya apa
And
ya?
they will say, for example, yeah, I remember a word, bus kota bis, yeah.
Hmm?
In English is bus, right?
Yep.
The Irish will say bus.
Bus.
Yeah.
It's like bahasa ya. Jadi
It's
kayak
like,
bahasa Indonesia.
yeah,
Bus.
bus. At the back of the bus. They
Yep.
will say it at the back of the bus.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go yam. I'm going to go there. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
yam. Apa itu, ngomong apa itu? Kalau kita nggak tahu, nggak biasa, it's going to be hard for us to understand ya.
Even for the British themselves.
Yeah, even for the British, common British accent ya. Common
Yeah.
British accent itu juga kalau kita nggak familiar with, bakal susah ya.
Yeah.
Oke, ada
Any-
pertanyaan lain.
Okay.
Miss and Mister, I want ya. I want to ask about if our job must requires to have TOEFL certificate. Kita harus mulai dari mana sebagai beginners? Startingnya dari mana? Oke, guys, kita ngomongin test preparation class sekarang. Sebenarnya banyak ya test preparation class. Ada IELTS, ada TOEFL, TOEFL dibagi dua, ada TOEFL ITP atau PBT, ada TOEFL IBT, terus yang aneh-anehnya lagi ada yang namanya SAT, CAT, GMAT, GRE, dan masih banyak lagi. Kalau sekarang muncul yang baru kayak link apa sih? Tes bahasa Inggris yang memang udah dipercaya buat mengukur kemampuan bahasa Inggris kita. Banyak tes baru, ada yang namanya Pearson English, dan masih banyak lagi kayak Lingua Skill something. So
Yeah.
banyak banget. Kalau TOEFL ini ada dua. TOEFL apa? TOEFL ITP atau TOEFL PBT? TOEFL PBT atau TOEFL IBT. Nah, kalau misalkan kita ngomongin TOEFL IBT, it's international standard. Kalau IBT kita mau kuliah dimanapun itu diterima guys pakai TOEFL IBT. ITP or PBT itu cuma di Asia ya, cuma di Asia atau di Indonesia. Kita mulainya dari situ dulu. Cuma di Indonesia dan mungkin jadi syarat kelulusan di kampus kalau sekarang. Kalau mau ngambil sidang harus punya TOEFL ITP. Misalnya gitu nggak sih?
Iya. Ya, tapi PBT ya.
Ya,
waktu
PBT
itu.
bukan IBT.
Yep.
PBT itu yang 3 section guys.
Ya,
Ya, cuma ada
paper
listening,
based, ya.
structure and written expression, sama reading.
Yep.
Gitu. Mulainya dari mana? Kebanyakan orang Indonesia mulainya itu dari grammar. Bakal fokus ke grammar, structures and written expression, listening sama readingnya dilupain. Padahal listening sama reading itu nyumbang skor juga ya.
Ya.
Secara logika ini ada 3 section, kita fokus ke satu section. Iya nggak sih?
Yep.
Jadi ya waktu kita terbuang banyak, habis itu skornya nggak naik-naik ya karena listening sama readingnya masih bermasalah. Walaupun kita belajar grammar dari A sampai Z, kita udah hafalin kita udah masterin semua materi di grammar dari mulai phrase sampai close sampai omitting, reducing, kita udah masterin, tapi skor kita nggak akan naik karena listening sama readingnya masih bermasalah. Mulainya dari mana? Sebenarnya kalau misalkan test preparation itu udah advance guys, itu ngukur kemampuan bahasa Inggris kita. Kalau kita masih basic, ngambil kelas TOEFL sama ngambil kelas IELTS misalnya, kasarnya mungkin ya, I'm so sorry I have to say this thing, kita kayak apa ya, kayak kill yourself, kayak apa ya, nggak akan nyaman di kelasnya karena kita nggak akan keep up sama lesson. We cannot keep up with the lesson because it's hard, guys.
Yep.
So mulainya dari mana? Kita harus masterin semuanya. Kita harus masterin grammar, kita harus masterin pronunciation, karena listening itu tentang pronunciation ya, Miss Arina ya.
Yeah.
Terus kita juga harus masterin reading. Kayak gitu. So mulainya dari GE dulu, General English. General English itu apa sih? General English dari grammar ya, Miss Arina.
Yeah.
Mulai dari grammar, speaking, pronunciation.
Yeah, you learn everything
basic.
in basic, yeah.
Yep, dari basic dulu.
Very basic. But what you can do at home or on your own, ya, listening ya, Mr. D. Karena from my own experience ya, saat saya ikut tes semacam itu, kan kita sometimes disuruh pilih yang salah atau pilih yang betul gitu ya.
Yep.
When a sentence nggak sesuai dengan seharusnya, itu mostly dari kok kayaknya ada yang aneh ya gitu, karena kita banyak listening.
Yep, that's right.
Banyak, ya itu dia building your instinct gitu.
Even we don't have reasons ya. Why it is right. Tapi karena Inggris kita levelnya udah sampai situ ya, kalau ada yang salah kita tahu it's wrong.
Ya, atau kita pernah dengar that sentence in a movie, for example, kayak ada yang aneh ya gitu, kalau ada yang salah tuh pasti gitu.
Cuman juga mungkin sambil GE-nya belajar, sambil ngambil TOEFL juga ya.
Ya.
Jadi berbarengan. Satu sisi kita ningkatin grammar kita, satu sisi kita ningkatin skor TOEFL kita.
Ya.
Gitu guys. So, saya pernah ngajar di kampung Inggris dulu banget, tapi 2015 ya. 14, 15. Kalau di sana tuh TOEFL intens banget, biasanya dari pagi. Dari 5:30 guys. Or jam 6. Itu sampai sore. Itu TOEFL di sana kayak gitu, intens banget. Dan waktunya 1 bulan. Dan saya banyak banget nemu orang yang frustasi karena skornya nggak naik-naik ya, alasannya yang tadi. Karena belajar grammar ya. Belajar grammar bulan-bulan, months, years, listening sama readingnya. Ya gitu. Padahal kalau ngomongin reading TOEFL ya, TOEFL PBT, I have to say is the easiest compared to IELTS sama TOEFL IBT ya, jauh banget. Reading ITP itu paling cuma 2 passage, 3 passage. 2 paragraf sampai 3 paragraf ya. Kalau IELTS tuh udah paragrafnya udah banyak, waktunya cepat banget. Gitu sih. So, possible banget kalau PBT. Kalau tujuannya masih lokal. So, Inggris juga tergantung kebutuhan ya, Miss Arina ya?
Ya. Butuhnya buat apa gitu kan. Kalau misalkan butuhnya untuk yang basic-basic aja, terus ambil advance, ya untuk apa ambil advance kan gitu kan.
Yep. Buat apa kita belajar misalnya, kita tujuannya buat fluency di listening ya, di speaking. Ya kita nggak usah terlalu dalam belajar grammar. Mungkin kita belajar grammar tapi nggak dalam banget gitu. Yang penting kita tahu tenses, kita tahu gimana caranya bikin sentence, how do we to produce sentence.
Ya.
Kita tahu apa itu simple, compound, complex sentence. That's I think cukup.
Akhirnya cuman wasting time doang ya, Mr. D. You will eventually forget everything.
Yep. Kayak belajar grammar years. Oh my god.
Ya.
Tapi tujuannya speaking ya, gimana ya? Kayak kita mau ke Bogor tapi kita lewat Bandung terus ke Sukabumi terus ke Banten.
Yep.
Lagi ke Tangerang, habis itu baru ke Bogor. Jadi muternya terlalu jauh.
Yeah, wasting your route.
Yep. Wasting your time, wasting your money kalau terlalu ini ya. Jadi tergantung kebutuhan. TOEFL semuanya harus bisa. TOEFL semuanya harus bisa. Sebenarnya guys, IELTS juga nggak begitu susah kalau misalkan kita udah punya basic English ya. Kalau IELTS malah nggak terlalu grammar banget. Maksud saya nggak terlalu grammar banget. IELTS tuh nggak ada bagian structure-nya ya. nggak ada bagian structure, kita cuma nulis aja. Dan di IELTS ide itu dihargain, ide itu ada nilainya. Tapi kalau di TOEFL nggak ada ya.
Mhm.
Itu cuma ngerjain soal aja, that's it. Tapi kalau di IELTS,
Anything di IELTS itu pasti ada nilainya, betul.
ya ide itu ada nilainya kalau di IELTS.
Ya sama juga ya Mr. D, ya kalau ada kesalahan juga lumayan mengurangi nilainya di IELTS. Ya.
Sebenarnya kalau di IELTS itu beda sama TOEFL ya. Kalau TOEFL kan whether you answer the question or no, dia dapat nilai kan.
Mhm.
Kalau IELTS ya paling kecil ya no gitu. Kalau nggak ngerjain apa-apa ya no.
Ya.
Itu aja sih. Dan paling fair sih kalau menurut saya IELTS itu. Tes yang paling fair.
Ya, makanya kalau mau overseas pasti mereka
Kalau dia
mintanya
overseas,
IELTS.
mintanya IELTS dibandingin TOEFL PBT ya.
Mhm.
TOEFL PBT.
Especially PBT, udah nggak ada.
Oh, ancient.
Ya.
Itu cuman dipakai di Indonesia sama Asia doang. Thailand kayaknya masih nerima TOEFL PBT. Karena kalau Thailand kan sama Indonesia kayaknya 11-12 juga ya. Even Indonesia is bigger than Thailand ya.
Ya, much bigger.
Much bigger than Thailand. Jadi
Aha.
kalau mau kuliah di Thailand pakai PBT bisa. Gitu.
Oke.
Kalau mau kuliah di Indonesia beasiswa pakai PBT bisa banget. Bisa banget guys. Again, kalau kita mau beasiswa pun sebenarnya IELTS itu kan cuma salah satu persyaratan ya, tapi masih banyak syarat-syarat yang lain yang harus dipenuhi sebenarnya.
Iya, betul.
Okay, other questions? I'm waiting for other questions.
Anyone?
Anyone, mumpung masih ada waktunya. We still have around 5 minutes. Kita masih ada 5 menit. We are still having a last section for 5 minutes. Other questions? Guys, atau oh ada 2 chat. Let's open the chat. Ada pertanyaan menarik di sini. Mr. Self-taught IELTS learning tips. Oke guys, kalau saya sama IELTS itu udah lumayan lama ya, 6 tahun kalau sama IELTS dibandingin. Oh, pertama pernah ngajar speaking juga dan sampai sekarang masih ngajar speaking. Cuman IELTS itu udah apa ya, udah ngikutin dari Cambridge 1 sampai sekarang udah ada mau keluar Cambridge 15 ya. So sekitar 6 tahun ya sama IELTS. Kalau self-taught sebenarnya gini guys. Gimana kalau kemampuan bahasa Inggris kita semakin tinggi, skor IELTS-nya semakin tinggi. Gitu. Self-taught oke, tapi tetap sih guys, even you are fluent in English, saya pernah pegang, honestly ya, it's not a lie. Saya pernah pegang 2 orang lulusan English country, yang satu lulusan Australia, yang satu lulusan Amerika. Cuman yang satu lulusan Amerika nggak sampai lulus, cuman dia pernah tinggal di Amerika sekitar 3 tahun. Dan dia belajar IELTS. Kenapa kayak gitu? Karena di IELTS itu, even you have advanced English, it doesn't mean you can answer IELTS question. IELTS itu menariknya gitu. Jadi walaupun kita udah B1, B2 bahasa Inggrisnya, tetap kita harus ngambil program IELTS. Karena kalau kita nggak ngambil program IELTS, kita nggak tahu gimana caranya kita ngejawab soalnya. Habis itu ada assessment kriterianya dan masih banyak lagi. Itu sih kalau dari saya. Kalau self-taught mungkin tingkatin bahasa Inggrisnya aja ya, kemampuan bahasa Inggrisnya aja. Gitu. Belajar kampung Inggris dengan belajar lembaga khusus Inggris, gimana menurut Miss Arina nih tentang self-taught? Kalau udah ada basic bisa kali ya?
Probably, tapi tetap harus praktis reading, listening ya. Reading and listening, eventually nanti speakingnya will improve. Tapi from your story about your 2 students ya, I actually have a cousin who is an Australian. He was born and raised, and until right now he's still living in Australia. Yep, for pure Australian lah ya, with that fake Australian accent and so. Dia tuh bilang, saya kalau disuruh tes IELTS, no.
Kenapa?
I wouldn't be able to do that. Dia bilang begitu.
Karena ya itu IELTS
Ya itu native speaker belum tentu bisa lulus IELTS.
Yep, that's right. Even native English speaker belum tentu lulus IELTS, sama kayak mungkin kita belum tentu tahu semua vocabulary dalam bahasa Indonesia.
Betul.
Ya, kita kan ada tes juga ya, bahasa Indonesia tuh apa sih?
Ada. I forgot what it's called ya.
I don't know what kind of test langsung studi, tapi kayaknya ada tesnya juga.
Ada
Dan
kok.
kalau misalkan di TPA pun ada ya, tes potensi akademik.
Ya.
Tes potensi akademik pun ada tes bahasa Indonesianya.
Betul.
Kalau nggak salah. Jadi kata-kata baku gitu. Even my friend ya, he's American, dia nggak bisa ngajar IELTS. Ini benar dia nggak bisa ngajar IELTS. Kata dia gini, IELTS is too academic for me. Gitu.
Too academic, that's right.
Too academic. There are many vocabularies that I don't know. Karena dia orang Amerika juga, bukan British. Dan pas saya kasih buku IELTS, dia bilang kayak gitu, it's too academic. It's not my style. Kayak dia tuh kalau ngajar tuh dia lebih suka ngajar tentang conversation, kalau enggak kids gitu. Dia enggak begitu suka ngajar yang akademik. Terus
makanya kalau kayak kita mau immigrate to a country, for example misalnya mau emigrate ke Australia gitu ya, mereka akan ada syarat IELTS kan, English testingnya berapa, 6,5 atau 7,5 gitu ya. Semakin tinggi, the higher the score, higher juga poinnya untuk kita bisa immigrate ke negara itu, ke Australia misalnya.
Yep, that's right.
Nah tapi for people yang dari United States, dari British, dari Canada, dari New Zealand, pokoknya English speaking countries, for at least 5 years mereka nggak mewajibkan untuk have English IELTS score, nggak perlu punya IELTS score. Kenapa? Karena mereka sendiri kalau disuruh tes gimana gitu kan, belum tentu bisa. Nah, kalau mereka nggak punya skornya, mereka nggak bisa immigrate. Sedangkan merekanya tuh sehari-hari speaking in English gitu. Ya kan, dan that's nonsense kan, omong kosong. Jadi dikasih toleransi untuk orang yang dari another English speaking countries, dari biasanya Canada, New Zealand, United States, and UK.
Toleransi.
Ya,
toleransi
ya buat mereka nggak
except ya, ada pengecualian ya, misalnya ya.
Yeah, exception.
Sorry, your voice is not that clear.
Okay. Exception. All right. I guess we still have one more question.
Yep. Misalnya itu you have internet connection problem. Barusan. Sekarang udah clear.
Okay. Sekarang udah clear.
Or my internet connection.
Maybe you.
Maybe my internet connection ya. Oke. Next ada pertanyaan tentang pertanyaan ditutup ya, sesi pertanyaan udah ditutup, jadi nggak ada yang boleh nanya lagi. Ini terakhir di chat, berarti itu terakhir ya. Udah nggak ada yang boleh nanya lagi karena waktu kita udah mepet banget. Belajar di kampung Inggris dengan belajar di lembaga khusus Inggris lebih efektif mana ya kakak berdasarkan pengalaman? For me, kampung Inggris itu bagus karena dia belajarnya dari pagi sampai malam ya. Kalau dibilang biaya sama aja, walaupun di sana murah-murah, cuman kita harus tinggal di sana, bayar tempat tinggal di sana, bayar makan sehari 3 kali. Jadi kalau dihitung total sebulan, sebenarnya sama aja kayak kita belajar di sini ya, gitu. Efektif itu gimana ya? Depends again ya, depends on you guys. Kalau kitanya beneran pengen belajar dan kita belajar secara konsisten, kita bisa. Dan otomatis tiap kursusan punya cara sendiri-sendiri ya. Again, I mention sekalian ngejawab pertanyaan selanjutnya tentang menghafal. Kalau saya sendiri, I never try to memorize any words in English. Pernah belajar pakai metode itu, habis itu fail. Saya bisa inget tapi saya nggak bisa pakai. Jadinya nonsense. Nggak apa ya. Saya tahu tapi saya nggak bisa pakainya ya. So memorizing is not our method gitu. Terus efektifnya itu mungkin nggak harus di kampung Inggris juga ya. Nggak harus di kampung Inggris, belajar bisa di mana aja sih sebenarnya. Kampung Inggris itu cuman kayak tempat yang isinya tuh semua khususan bahasa Inggris dan beberapa bahasa lain, ada bahasa Arab sama bahasa Korea juga ada. Cuman banyak juga kok yang ke kampung Inggris habis itu fail, nggak sampai lancar. Banyak yang ke kampung Inggris ngabisin uang aja, cuman liburan, nongkrong-nongkrong. Jadi ya tergantung diri kita juga sih. Again, back to ourselves ya, Miss Arina ya.
Ya. Seberapa kita mau bisanya ya.
Kemauan kita buat bisa, dan kita harus punya tujuan kenapa kita belajar bahasa Inggris. Kalau nggak ada tujuan, jadinya bias. So, buat menghafal, kita nggak ada metode buat menghafal. Tapi kita belajar bahasa Inggris naturally, tanpa maksa ya, tanpa maksa dan tanpa bored. Jadi kita tuh belajar fun. Kalau kita nyaman belajarnya, kita suka prosesnya, kita suka hasilnya.
Betul.
I have some kayak kumpulan exercise TOEFL gitu, but I rather like learning from a song or something like that. Alasannya kenapa? Karena terlalu berat, sir, dan jarang sekali saya temukan kata-kata ada di dalam exercise itu. Kira-kira gimana saya buat lebih ningkatin interestnya ke exercise itu? Thank you. Apa ya? Gini guys, TOEFL ya, kita ngomongin TOEFL lagi, TOEFL PBT guys. Karena saya udah biasa ngajar IELTS, saya ngelihat TOEFL itu kok passage-nya, paragrafnya pendek banget ya, passage-nya kok pendek banget ya gitu. Jadi again sih gimana our level of English, kalau misalkan ngomongin test preparation ya, kalau level of English kita at least udah B2, habis itu B1 or B2, at least A2 lah. Enggak harus B1, A2 lah. Let's say A2. Kita enak ngerjain soalnya. Kalau misalkan test preparation, tetap guys kita harus latihan soal. Kenapa? Karena walaupun kita bisa bahasa Inggris, dia ada limit time-nya. Kayak misalkan reading dia harus 1 jam misalnya. Terus structures and written expression harus 30 menit misalnya gitu. So tetap harus belajar. Ningkatin interestnya gimana ya? Ya harus ada target guys. Kita harus ada tujuan. Kenapa kita harus ngambil TOEFL? Buat S2 kah? Buat syarat lulus kah? Atau buat dapat kerja kah? So there should be destination ya, Miss Arina ya?
Yeah, a reason why.
Yep, a reason why. Kalau udah dapat jawabannya, kita mau nggak mau ngelakuin. Gitu. So I do love English guys. English is a part of my life. Nggak mungkin saya nggak belajar.
Yeah, sure. And it's already on his bloodstream, guys.
Jadi
sudah mendarah daging, mengalir di dalam darah Mr. D, guys.
Ya, jadi udah udah suka. Kalau kita suka ya nggak ada alasan kita nggak belajar. Jadi kita gimana ya guys ya? Kita bikin kelas kita sendiri pun sebenarnya bisa gitu. Kita ngambil kelas, habis itu kelasnya nggak cukup. Habis itu karena kita suka sama bahasa Inggris, kita bisa bikin kondisi di mana kita belajar tapi kita nggak ngerasa belajar. Dengerin musik, dengerin musik itu enak, tapi nggak bisa ngejawab nggak bisa jadi satu patokan atau satu-satunya cara kita belajar. Buat saya dengerin musik dalam bahasa Inggris itu lebih ke entertaining ya.
Entertaining.
Yap, cuman
It
entertaining aja.
helps, tapi nggak bisa seutuhnya.
Yap.
Itu membantu pengucapan,
Pronunciation.
maybe pronunciation, yes. And then
Cuman
mendengarkan kata baru maybe,
Yap.
tapi kan nggak bisa koreksi gitu.
ya. Terus kata-kata dalam lagu itu nggak apa ya?
Sometimes nggak baku ya, Mr. D.
Yang kayak
Kadang
informal ya.
informal, bahasa gaul.
Slang, idioms gitu.
Ya,
Jadi nggak bisa ngejawab. Begitu how to build basic skill in speaking when we have lack of vocabulary. As you said before, we don't need to remember many words. Gimana caranya kita expand vocabularies kita, guys? Oh, nanti stop screen. Oh, sorry. Gimana caranya kita expand vocabulary kita, ningkatin vocabulary kita? What do you think, Miss Arina? Gimana cara ningkatin vocabulary? Kalau saya sendiri sih, saya nggak pernah memorizing dan saya nggak pernah nyuruh student saya buat memorizing because it sucks.
yep, and bakal lupa.
Ya udah gitu bakal lupa, jadi
Ya.
apa ya?
Jadi dipakai ya. Start maybe gini loh, maybe find vocabularies yang kita pakai in our daily life, itu juga mungkin bisa, karena kita bakal ingat because we doing it every single day of our life.
Yep.
Misalnya vocabularies.
Gimana caranya kita remember ya? Sebenarnya again sih back to how the way we learn about vocabularies, guys. Kalau kita belajarnya dari word by word, single word, book, meja, table.
Ya.
Itu bakal lama, guys. Jadi cara kita belajar vocabulary-nya juga harus benar ya, the way method buat ningkatin vocabulary. Kalau saya sih bukan vocabulary, lebih ke phrase or sentence ya.
Ya. And also like me and Mr. D juga masih sampai saat ini masih belajar terus ya. Karena misalkan gini, saya suka hal yang berbau kuliner misalnya. Saya tahu any words related with culinary, with cooking, with food, itu saya tahu. Tapi kalau saya ditanya anything related with construction atau mesin mobil misalnya, ya saya nggak tahu karena saya nggak suka gitu kan.
Yep, that's right. Kita juga bisa mulai dari apa yang kita suka, benar banget. Kalau saya suka animals, jadi saya kalau YouTube saya itu saya subscribe BBC Earth.
Ya.
Saya suka ngelihat binatang, nature, dan I can spend like 2 hours per day or 1 hour a day for watching like Animals Logic. Juga suka saya Animals Logic, itu bagus banget BBC. Gitu sih kalau saya sekarang belajar vocabulary-nya nggak nganggep kalau saya itu lagi belajar, tapi saya lebih ke enjoy English-nya ya, nikmatin bahasa Inggris.
Ya, jadi kayak orang Indonesian yang lagi baca buku aja, terus ketemu kata baru, mengerti artinya, udah kayak gitu, udah nggak nyari-nyari lagi ya.
Udah nggak nyari-nyari lagi.
Ya.
Karena ngajar IELTS pun ya udah vocab doang sih, gimana ya?
Yeah.
Passage, reading, vocabularies, listening, vocabularies, new vocabularies, essay, new vocabularies, speaking, new vocabularies. Kalau saya pribadi kayak gitu. Cuman kalau teman-teman mungkin bisa start dari apa yang teman-teman suka ya.
Ya. Yeah. Alright, man.
Biar enjoy. Oke, mungkin sampai situ aja. The last kita mungkin foto bareng ya, guys.
Ya.
Foto bareng.
Let's take a picture, guys, or some pictures.
Yup, kita foto bareng. Can you please turn on your mungkin ininya bisa di apa ya? Cara ngilangin chatnya dulu nih. Chatnya bisa dihilangin dulu. Wait a minute. Kita hilangin dulu chatnya. Ya boleh rapi-rapi dulu, guys. Ada yang mau mandi dulu boleh. I'm just kidding. Minimize. Not minimize. Okay, done.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, guys. Thanks for today. Mungkin kita bakal ketemu lagi di another English Coffee.
Yeah.
Jadi kita belajar bahasa Inggris tapi kita berasa ngopi.
Yeah.
Nggak apa ya, nggak boring lah, nggak usah terlalu serius. Yang penting ada apa ya, ada hal baru yang kita pelajari. Itu mungkin dari saya. Dari Miss Arina ada lagi mungkin?
I guess that's all, yeah. No, nothing I can say more than practice listening, reading, like practice listening, reading. That's all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Kalau ada pertanyaan boleh lanjut di WhatsApp chat. You can chat me privately. 24 hours. Yang enggak juga sih, enggak 24 hours. Ya jam 9 lah paling malam.
Ya. Also ada Miss Mimin ya.
Yep. Or sama admin boleh chat. Terus Miss Arina juga ngajar kids ya, Miss ya?
Ya.
Saya nggak ngajar kids, saya adult. Jadi kita beda-beda kelasnya. Jadi mungkin nanti bisa disesuaikan. Kalau mau nanya apa, nanti mungkin ke Miss Arina. Kalau mau nanya apa, mungkin ke saya.
Iya.
Okay, guys. That's all for today. Bye. See you.
See you.
Bye, guys. Gede.
Hey, guys.
Sing tarik. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later. See you later, guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.
See you. See you.
Bye guys, see you.
Halo, salam kenal. Hai, Kim. Hai, Em. Siapa namanya?